Hi everybody, Jennifer, of course. If you don't know me, you soon will, because there's more changes coming to the hours of service. They will become effective September 29th at 12:01 a.m. and we're going to give it to you in a couple of little segments rather than giving you everything all at once. So the first piece that we're going to cover right now is going to be the 30-minute break. Right now, after you guys start on duty, which would be with your pre-trip in the morning, and then you start driving, 30 minutes of off-duty or sleeper berth has to occur after you've been on duty for the 8th hour. Now, it will not become necessary to stop for your 30-minute break until you have been driving with your butt in the seat for at least 8 hours. Your 30-minute break now can be satisfied by any one of the lines other than the driving lines. So you can take 30 minutes of line 1, 30 minutes of line 2, or 30 minutes of line 4, which is on duty, not driving, or a conglomeration of any of those three altogether, as long as you are not on the driving line. So you can do it while you are fueling, doing a drop and hook, or actually taking a nap, or taking 30 minutes to go in and get something to eat, or to shower, or to spend a half an hour jogging to improve your health. So any of those things are possible for you now. It's just that you cannot be on anywhere on line 3 for those 30 minutes. The second big change is going to be dealing with the adverse driving conditions. Now, the part that's going to change is going to be the extension of not only your 11 hours of driving to 13, but also your 14-hour day into the 16 hours. In the past, the only thing that got extended was your 11 hours of driving. The weather conditions that are allowed are things that are unforeseen. So if you're taking off out of here in Sioux Falls in mid-January and there is a snowstorm in Wyoming on I-80 by Rawlings, that is nothing that is unforeseen. Now, if we have one of those in July 29th, that would be an unforeseen weather condition. Or if there happens to be a dam that goes out, and in the last few years we've had those happen where you've had to go out of route. But once the flooding has occurred and it's been going on for weeks on end, that is not anywhere for us to use the adverse weather conditions. Or if there's an accident, such as in Chicago, and things are blocked for 7 hours, again, that is something that we can use that for. But if you just say that you got stuck in traffic, that is not something, because there's always going to be traffic in Chicago. The big key to using the adverse weather conditions is going to be document, document, document. And if you're unfamiliar with how you should be documenting and putting annotations into your logbook, please contact either Carrie or myself, and we will walk you through how you get those annotations in there. Because if there is an accident, or if there is a fire, or something that has gone across the road, such as a dam breaking and the water floods out and you have to back up, whatever the case may be, you're going to need to notate that on there, because that will be used during an audit for the next 6 months, should they come in and audit us. Okay, the last segment that we're going to cover is going to be dealing with split sleeper berth. A lot of you here at K&J have successfully used a split sleeper berth, so kudos to you. This is going to be a cakewalk for you guys to start to bring this into your logbook use there on the road. Right now, you are limited to either 2 hours and 8 hours of sleeper berth, or if you take the 8 hours of sleeper berth first and then the 2 hours later. Now you will be able to also use 7 hours and 3 hours. The longer of any of these breaks has to be in the sleeper berth, aka the words split sleeper berth. The shorter one can be in either sleeper berth or off duty. It cannot be on line 4, as can the 30-minute break. So just make sure you keep that in mind when you're doing this. The other portion of this is that the 2 hours, if you do an 8 and 2, or the 3 hours, if you do a 7 and 3, does not continue to make your 14-hour clock count down. It will stop just the clock, just as your 8-hour did previously. And this again will take place on the 29th of September. And if this seems confusing to you, continue to do your logs as you have in the past, And if you don't want to use a split sleeper berth because you're uncomfortable with it, no problem. But just know that if you come to a point where you think maybe it will be helpful or you would like to start using it, please contact Carrie or myself and we will walk you through it. This is nothing to get excited about, folks. It just gives us a little bit more flexibility because your 14-hour clock won't end quite as fast as what it used to. We are also going to be putting together a video on how to use the split sleeper berth, and I'm going to utilize Carrie's innovativeness in using kind of graphics to help you guys out. And we're going to be also using some problems that came to us, aka through JJ Keller. And we will put some programs out there for you guys to see if you can't become more comfortable and move up into the more professional use of the split sleeper berth here at K&J.